chewing video. I'm sorry if I'm a bit nasal. I've still got that virus. But I am slowly but surely shaking it off. But I thought I would share this with you guys. First of all, I've had people asking, like newer viewers, why do I call Fiancé Travers Lassons? Fiancé Travers Lassons. It's from a movie called The Pink Panther. I can't remember which one now, but he's outside a bank, and he says you need a Lassons, and where Fiancé sounds French, I just call her Travers Lassons. It's from the Pink Panther movies, in case you don't know. I thought I'd say it now, at the beginning of the video. Yeah, I mean, they say it throughout, I think, the movies. Do you have a Lassons? But yeah, this is Fiancé Travers Lassons. But guys, as you all know, I went to London and I went through my CD collection. And I got these. These are my Pink Floyd albums on CD. Now this is the first one. This is The Dark Side of the Moon. Now, tell you a little story about this. When I first heard it, I didn't like it. Me, Jeff, Pink Floyd's biggest fan. What happened is my mate, who I used to work with, put it on. Before it was a camera store, it was a buy-sell and exchange. I don't know what you call them in America, but you sell stereos and guitars, amplifiers, everything, But it's called a buy, sell and exchange here. And my mate had this on vinyl, and we had this sharp boom box, and it played a record upright, one of them linear arms. Anyway, put it on, and I thought, what a load of rubbish, I was into Frankie Goes to Hollywood at the time. I thought, no, I don't like that, not one bit. Anyway, I went home and come across a cassette. My dad had given me all these cassettes, and one of them just had Pink Floyd written on it. And when I put it on, it turned out to be Animals, and I actually really liked that. So I decided to take this home, well, not this one, this is the CD, and play it again with my headphones on. And then I got it and understood, and it was brilliant. This is the original release as well. Can't remember when I got it, but I got it back in the day when I first got me CD player. There it is there. Yeah, brilliant album from start to finish, about life. Each year it gets more and more meaningful. Brilliant album. So that's Dark Side of the Moon. Now their next album this. Now, I did have the original at home, but this one is the new one, which I think I've showed you before, but this is Wish You Were Here. And this is absolutely brilliant. When you listen to Dark Side of the Moon, you think, what are they going to do next? You know, how can they follow that album up? What they did with this is Wish You Were Here, and this album is fantastic. From the very opening of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, which is about the former member of Pink Floyd, Syd Barrett. And as you know, you probably know the story, while they was recording it, Syd Barrett actually came into the studio, which was really, really strange. But yeah, this is the new mix of it, and it does sound incredibly good. So that's Wish You Were Here. Welcome to the Machine. Have a Cigar. Wish You Were Here itself. Brilliant album. You think, how are they going to follow up Dark Side of the Moon? They did, and they did it well. Now, again, I have the 2018 mix of this, which is Animals. There it is there, and if I open the case, it gives you the entire picture. You get the whole picture. And also, I love the disc because it's got the writing on it, the same as the cover. This was another original release, and as I was saying, I had a cassette that had Pink Floyd written on it, and I put it on, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, Dogs, the chords in it, the chord structure, and the guitar playing in it, and then from the guitar playing to the synthesizers that are on it. Again, you know, this followed up Wish You Were Here, and I think it was a perfect follow-up for it. It was brilliant. I mean, it all became what it was originally. They'd written 2 songs from this, which was what became Dogs and Sheep, and they'd written it when they was recording Wish You Were Here, and David Gilmour wanted to have them on the album Wish You Were Here, but Roger thought they didn't fit. So after, you know, some negotiating, I think David sort of realised that he was right, you know, Roger, and they released Wish You Were Here as it was. But then they released this a couple of years later, and yeah, another fantastic album, guys. This is awesome, and look at this, what an album cover. You know, this is Battersea Power Station. Battersea Power Station. There it is. This is actually like a big shopping centre now, and you see the chimneys. You can get in a lift and go up through the chimney and overlook London. Absolutely fantastic, brilliant album. Now, this one is The Wall. Now, what happened? Was when they was touring Animals, they played in, was it Montreal? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. And all the fans were drunk, letting off fireworks. And Roger Waters got really, really cross with them. Culminating in him getting a fan to come rushing up to the stage and spitting at him. And that is what inspired him to write this album, The Wall, which is about a rock star called Pink who isolates himself from the world. And that's all what this album is about. And you know, with the live show they did, they actually built a wall across the stage between them and the audience, which was fantastic. Also, this has got the booklet in it, which has all the like pictures here, because a couple of years later they made a movie about it. Now this is an original like release, as you can see, but I did have a copy of this before, and the disc was black with the writing being white on it. This was the second one I bought. Can't remember what happened. I think I can't remember. I gave it to someone or something, and I just bought another copy of it. But this copy had the silver disc in it. But it's brilliant. I mean, there's another brick in the wall on it. Young Lust, Run Like Hell, and of course my favourite Pink Floyd song, Comfortably Numb. This brilliant album, it's probably my second favourite Pink Floyd album, but it comes a very close second, trust me. It's almost my number one. It just gets tipped to the top by Dark Side of the Moon. But an absolutely fantastic album, and that's the CD I've got of it there. Now this one, what I'm really happy to have is this one. This is the final cut. Now, what they did, as you can see, there's the track listings, and what happens is when you go from One of the Few to The Hero's Return, One of the Few ends with the lines "lay down and die," and then you have this samurai sword, I don't know, and then it goes straight into The Hero's Return. And I've always loved that. Now, they re-released this, but after it says "lay down and die," it goes into a new song called "When the Tigers Broke Free." And so you now have this whole new song, and then you get the cut, and then The Hero's Return. But for me, I didn't like it that way. So what's really cool is this is the original version. So this is the one I bought. Again, an original release, and I've had this one, you know, for years and years. this is great. A lot of people didn't really like it. Well, some people, I'm going to say a lot of people, I think everyone I know loves this album. But I just thought, by this time, Roger had sacked Richard Wright, so he weren't in the band anymore. But you still have David Gilmour, Roger Waters, and Nick Mason. And I tell you guys, the way David Gilmour plays on this, the guitar work on this is absolutely, I think, one of his best, because the pain, can feel the pain and the anger in the guitar playing, because by this time they all hated each other, and they practically made this separated, You just had David Gilmour having a go at Roger Waters, and vice versa probably. But the result was still a brilliant album. I love it. And I'm so happy that I've got the original one, the final cut. I will, when I go back to London, get more. I just couldn't carry any more back because I'd got a lot of other ones too. Right, guys, it's brilliant to see you. There's a new KFC burger called a cheesy fillet burger or something. So as soon as I'm better, because I'm still not 100%, I will be doing a video of that. Plus lots of other stuff. I just need to get better. It's killing me, this virus. But I will be back. But in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful